In this episode, Emily and I take the Sequoia all the way down to Bend, Oregon in search of the perfect campsite, epic fishing, and amazing views.
Stop it. We're not saying that on camera.
Good morning. As you can tell, it is bright and early out here in the Lapine area of Oregon. And Emily and I got in super duper late last night. In fact, I'm kind of glad we got in as late as we did because I got to put these Baja Designs lights to the test. Emily will insert some of the phone footage now. Sadly, we found a campground because we just couldn't drive through the super dark woods at night, kind of blind, and find a new area. So we wanted to get ourselves a home base, get some shut-eye, and then use today to explore to find the best campsite we can find. But even though this is totally a campground, this spot isn't too bad. So our first adventure today is we're actually going to air down the tires, get some miles in the rig, and try to find, number one, a really good fishing spot, because duh. And number two, maybe a new spot to stay for the night that isn't technically in a campground. Of course, no adventure would be complete without the morning coffee.
This is just B-roll.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I see the perfect place to take their pictures.
All right, we found an amazing spot. This spot has everything we could want on this trip. It's got a little bit of partial shade from these trees above us. It's got an insane view of the river, and it's got a great place to hang up the hammock, and it's off the road. Hopefully a lot of people don't show up, but like last thing you want is to get dusted out by someone just like scooting by. We're gonna go ahead and set up the shift pod right here. We're gonna open up the awning, and that way we have kind of a barrier from the car to the campsite. We got light coming off the awning, and Emily's got her hammock spot. And then after we get everything all set up, we might walk down to the water, do some fishing, and maybe do some floating.
We're gonna float in the river.
All right, we took the inflatable down to the river. Woo. We just inflated it with my new air compressor that I made, which I'm so stoked on. But we have a sad news to report. In taking it down to the river, we drug it over that tree stump, and we already popped it.
But luckily,
She just popped the middle.
that's just the middle part.
So her butt's gonna sink really low in the water. I don't know if this is gonna be usable, but okay, honey bunny, this is all you.
Okay.
Maiden voyage, go. All right, she's floating. I don't even have to push her off. Bye-bye, Emily. Today was pretty freaking amazing. We found a new spot, off-roaded a little bit, found a couple trails that we wanted to go on. Emily and I fished the river right in front of us. Then we used the inflatable, sunbathed. This right here is one of the most beautiful sunsets I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm gonna walk you guys down to just look at this. But look at the sky, the clouds. We do have a little bit of W word. I don't say that word in the high desert because it's a jinx, but we got a nice golden hour glow. And then up in the trees over there, you can see the rig. On the menu tonight will either be Korean barbecue, which by the way, is the best thing to do when you camp. Less dishes, less cleanup, less whatever. Or prime ribeye steaks. I went really hardcore on these steaks for Emily and I, so.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger on the toe. I say cave babes, you say steak.
We'll see you guys in the morning. We normally don't have breakfast, but this view demands sausages and hash browns for breakfast with the scuttle. I'm telling you, the scuttle, we don't even bring a camp stove anymore. We just bring the scuttle. Yep. We'll get these nice and seared up and we'll just eat off the scuttle. Now we're actually gonna go explore more of Bend to find one more spot, get rid of some trash, refuel on some provisions, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we find something as cool as this spot. Let's motor, baby. On our quest to find a really good campsite, we decided to stop off in Bend and go to the Deschutes Brewery because we're fishing the Deschutes River. So of course we're going to have beer that matches it. So time for a little break for some R&R before we go find another campsite.
From the R&R.
Yeah, before we find another campsite. We decided to take another detour just outside of Bend / Redmond and visit world famous Klein Falls. Now the wide angle on the GoPro doesn't do this justice, but this is beautiful. Wow. On our way out of our last campsite, we're actually heading back home, and we were looking for a place to camp, and sadly we didn't find another really good place to camp. We decided to stay up in a hotel, get some rest, and funny thing is we actually slept worse in the hotel than we do in the shift pod.
We're so exhausted this morning.
So exhausted. The dogs snored all night, the neighbors were loud, I may have drank one too many G&Ts, so I'm gassed. But that doesn't mean we can't stop for a little bit of sightseeing. Yes. And we're gonna check out one of this old school Blue Star Memorial Highway high bridge. Now you used to be able to drive on this bridge, and I thought we could drive on this bridge and take a picture, but they closed the road. So
it's over the Crooked River.
Over the Crooked River high bridge, and we're gonna end the video after we go out on this bridge. Truck down there. It's kind of hard to focus on the camera's holding on to. Looks like a truck fell off the bridge. There's a truck bed. Could be a semi-truck of some sort. There's a cab. There's a steering wheel. That's freaking crazy that a truck fell off this bridge. Alright, here's the other view of the bridge. From not on the bridge, from looking at the bridge. And that is insane. You can see the truck all the way down there fell off this bridge. Crazy, crazy. So cool. Oh my god, this is literally a cliff, like a proper cliff. This is actually giving me, my legs are shaking quite a bit. You just followed us all the way through from Washington to Bend, Oregon to try to find an epic campsite, and I think we found a couple.
We found a couple.
And if you want to see more of us actually going out, using the rig, trying to find places to camp, let us know in the comments below. We're going to keep doing it. Actually, this was a super fun trip.
Oh yeah.
Our last trip we went for your birthday.
It was the best.
Was the best, and this trip we just went because we wanted to. If you want to see more off-roading content and more stuff of us going out and actually using the Sequoia, let us know in the comments below. Other than that, we'll see you guys on the next one.